Hello and welcome to The Nest. My name is Danielle Dupuis and I'll be your sideline sports reporter for the duration of the Men's Volleyball OCAA Championship. Today we're starting off with two consolation matches. The first one at 1 o'clock, which will feature the Cite Coyotes versus the Conestoga Condors. The second consolation match will feature the Mohawk Mountaineers and the Georgian Grizzlies at 3 p.m., following the Redeemer Royals versus the Fanshawe Falcons in the first semifinal match. And to conclude the night, the final semifinal match of the night, we have the Niagara Knights versus the host, Humber Hawks. Stay tuned for the end of each game, where I'll be doing a post-game interview with the player of the game. And for more on the first match, over to the commentators.
Thanks, Danielle, and we look forward to those player of the game interviews and as well as the games coming up. My name is Kyle Dalton. With me is my broadcast partner, Andrew Milani, and we're here for a good matchup here. Consolation game number 1 between La Cite and the Conestoga Condors. And Andrew, this is a battle of West versus East, but what do you like out of this matchup?
Well, both these teams definitely aren't happy with the way things started out for them in this tournament. So both these teams looking to get things going a little bit, trying to end this weekend on a high note, as both these teams will look at the scores from yesterday. La Cite lost 3-0 to Redeemer, and Conestoga losing 3-0 to number 1 ranked Fanshawe, although they did hold their own in that matchup, playing quite well. Yeah. So it should be interesting to see how these two teams respond here today.
Definitely a tough draw there for Conestoga, having to play the number 1 seed. We only saw one 5-setter yesterday. That was Niagara. They eventually took Georgian for 3-2. Good look at the head-to-head matchup here between these two sides. Pretty even on both sides here. Hitting percentage is pretty well even by that record. 11-9 versus La Cite 16-4, but the West Division, East Division really separates itself.
Yeah, absolutely. La Cite coming from the East Division, Conestoga from the West, and the 4 teams remaining here, they're going to the semifinals later this evening, are all from the West, so those stats may be a little skewed a little bit, so it should be a good matchup here tonight.
And Andrew, there's a lot of star power on both sides that really took advantage of Wednesday's award ceremony.
Yeah, absolutely. Starting off with Ryan Clutton, the real big center there for the Conestoga squad, leading the way with 616 assists on the season and was named to the Western second All-Star team. And then, of course, Wesley Lau, big man there for Conestoga, leading in first place or second place in all of his team's categories, and he took home a lot of hardware, winning Ontario OCAA Player of the Year, was named to the All-Canadian squad, Western Division scoring champ, and Western Division first team All-Star. So definitely a very star-studded side there for Conestoga. Then we'll take that as we get a look at Wesley Lau there.
Yeah, Wesley Lau, number 2 there. You said a key player for the Conestoga Condors, as well as head coach Wayne Harris getting named OCAA West Division Coach of the Year, and as well as a nominee for CCAA Men's Volleyball. Now, La Cite, they got some good players and some key players to watch out for tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of the twin-head monster there on the front line, starting off with Michel LeBlanc, leading the way there for Eastern First-Team All-Star, as well as Eastern Division scoring champ, and also named the All-Canadian squad. And then also Nicolas Pernat, tied with his teammate for Eastern Division scoring champ, and also named to that Eastern Division first team All-Star. So that twin head monster there in that front line game, majority of the kills should be heavily relied upon by this Coyotes squad to lead the way here this afternoon.
Head coach David Mann of the Coyotes definitely rely on the two to have success. And we're going to send it over to Josh Thatcher to have the player introduction and the anthem for tonight's game. We'll be back.
And the La Cite Coyotes. And now the starting lineup for the visiting Conestoga Condors, as put together by head coach Wayne Harris. First, a 6-foot setter from Waterloo, number 1, Ryan Clutton. Next, a 6'2" left side from Woodstock, Ontario, number 2, Wesley Lau. A 6'3" right side from Guelph, Ontario, number 7, Kevin Duong. Now a 6'3" outside from Guelph, number 8, Alex Bowden. A 6'6" middle from Listowel, Ontario, number 13, Eric Caterberg. A 6'4" middle from Waterloo, number 17, Dylan Arndt. And a 5'7" libero from Kitchener, number 4, Keon Merkel. And now the starting lineup for the La Cite Coyotes, as put together by head coach David Mann. First, a 6-foot middle from Buckingham, Quebec, number 5, Alexis Baudulo. A 6'3" outside hitter from Edinburgh, Ontario, number 6, Nicolas Pernard. A 5'11" outside hitter from St. Isidore, number 7, Michel Leblanc. A 6'1" middle from St. Eugene, number 8, Sébastien Garo. A 6'5" outside hitter from Montreal, Quebec, number 10, Alexandre Huard. A 6'2" setter from Wendover, number 12, Xavier Damer. And a 5'7" libero from St. Eugene, number 11, Michael Garo. Your officials for this matchup are Chris Getz, Mark Williamson, Peter Holliday, and Michael Zhang. Ladies and gentlemen, this is OCAA Men's Volleyball Provincial Action.
Here we go. We're set for game 1 of day 2 here between La Cite Coyotes and the Conestoga Condors. La Cite on your left wearing the, looks like gray and grayish black, some blue there, and Conestoga on the other side wearing the whites.
Just about ready to go here. It looks like La Cite will start off with serve.
La Cite Coyotes, number 12, Xavier Damer.
We're set to begin here. Damer will start things off. And we are underway here on day 2 of the OCAA Provincial Championship with a service ace starting things off.
Off to a quick start here. Xavier Damer leading, not leading the way, but up there with this team with 40 service aces on the year and showing why he's one of those specialists for his team, and he'll get another shot here.
In the top 5 in service aces, shows it off there. This time into the netting. They're all squared up here early on.
Serving for the Condors, number 17, Dylan Arndt.
We saw service errors yesterday play a big part in that Conestoga Fanshawe game. We'll see if that ends up being a storyline here this afternoon.
La Cite able to handle it. Big shot there.
Ryan
Blocked at the front there.
Yeah, that Conestoga front line was just all over Alexander Huard, as he had no shot to get it past that front line.
Talked about Ryan Clutton at the start. Comes up with a big block there. Early lead for the Condors. La Cite looking for an answer here off the block. That looked like it went off the netting. Condors point 3-1.
Back to serve, number 17, Dylan.
Yeah, this is the start that Conestoga really wanted. Off to a 3-1 start with serve. We'll see what they could do here.
That one controlled by La Cite. Off the head there of Eric Katterberg. Could handle it, and the Coyotes get the point.
Serving for the Coyotes is number 7, Michel Leblanc.
Now the winner of this game will head to the Consolation Finals, which will be the first game tomorrow. They'll play the winner of Georgian and Mohawk coming up after this game. Miss it there on the Conestoga side, so La Cite with 2 straight points ties this one up at 3.
Yeah, when just missing the court there, handing a point over to La Cite.
For La Cite.
Serve up, but it is long there off the service air from LeBlanc.
Serving for the Condors
he leads his team with 48 service aces on the year, but that one just barely missed the court. That one looked like it was headed right for that line, but not able to find that mark there.
Both teams in top 10 in service aces. They'll be going for it today. We've seen a couple already. La Cite getting blocked there.
Yeah, Alex Bowden all over that one.
Still controlled. Good dig there. Conestoga trying to get a point here. Lau gets set up. Controlled by the Coyotes. Off the block and in.
Alex.
Some good defense on both sides, with the Coyotes coming up with a point.
Yeah, that one landed just in front of Keon Merkel, the libero there for the Conestoga Condors, and just wasn't quick enough to get to that one. And you could see the look on his face. He knew he should have got there, but just wasn't able to get there in time.
Conestoga setting up Wesley Lau early, Player of the Year, OCAA, and With all those service aces comes a lot of service errors. Coyotes picking up a couple here early on.
Yeah, definitely when it comes to those service aces, it's kind of a risk reward system. You can play a little bit. Just got to go for it sometimes. And Kevin Lau now with serve, or Wesley Lau, excuse me.
Both teams in the top 5 when it comes to service errors, so they get a lot of them, but get a lot of aces as well as that ball comes near us.
Sebastian Caro.
Wesley Lau getting a paw on that one, but deflecting that one out of bounds, unable to get that one to his teammates, as that almost came right to us here at the announcer's table.
Gallo now at the line for the Coyotes. We're all squared up at 5 here. First touch by Lau, not the best there from the player of the year.
Yeah, nice touch there by Garreau. He saw that one coming right over the net, just slammed it down there right in front of that front line. Cite will keep serve.
That mishandled there from Lau. You don't see that too often from him. Coyotes take advantage of it. That serve just touching the line.
Ace.
In on that one,
Alex
there's an ace
Huard.
from Bordelot. Or excuse me, Alex Huard coming up with the point.
Yeah, big service ace there. Only 6 on the year for him. He's going to try and go for it again.
2-point lead here. Touched by Lau on the first touch. Just have to chip it over there. Coyotes with an opportunity here. Good block. Cite looking for the point here. A couple big blocks and finally come up with the point.
Bowden.
Big block from Alex Bowden. That's a couple on that rally there.
Yeah, and Sebastian Garreau just unable to handle that one cleanly and just deflects it there right there to the umpire. And Condors cutting into that lead. 7-6 now for the Coyotes.
Alex Bowden, number 8, coming up with a couple big blocks there. One coming up with the point. Cite, big hit there.
Big block.
Kevin
Duong coming up with the block. Bowden was up there with him, and Duong was named player of the game in the loss in the first matchup for Conestoga versus Fanshawe.
Yeah, well-deserved player of the game for him yesterday. Played really well against #1 ranked Fanshawe. Although Conestoga couldn't take care of things at the end of the day.
He was one of the key players for Conestoga. Perna will be at the line here. Still a 1-point game, back and forth right now. Big serve, control there from Merkel. Sets up Bowden, but that's long. Looked like a miss hit there, and Cite have a 2-point lead.
Yeah, and everything just started off from that powerful serve coming off the hands of Nicholas Perna. Just so powerful there coming off his hands as he'll get another shot here.
Perna, one of the best in his division. First team All-Star in that East Division. That one going for the ace on the far side, just out of bounds, and Conestoga within 1.
Yeah, it didn't look like he missed that serve by much, though. It's a little bit unlucky there.
For Cite, they beat Sheridan in the crossover match to get here into the provincial championship. Big shot there from LeBlanc. Michel LeBlanc.
Yeah, Michel LeBlanc showing why he's one of the most relied upon players on that Cite front line.
Number 8,
243 kills on the year, and he's growing that lead there.
Just catching the line there. Merkel decided to not touch it, and the ace will get picked up there from Sebastian Garo.
Back to serve.
Yeah, that could be such a tough play for the liberos there, trying to make that judgment call on whether or not that serve's going to stay in or out. Guess wrong there.
Merkel handles the first touch, gets set up. Blocked there from the big front line for Cite. And the point's going to be awarded to Cite. 4 touches is the call. Ball handling violation. And the largest lead of the game right now for the Coyotes. It's 12-8. Conestoga not wasting any time calling an early timeout here.
Yeah, good job at Coach Wayne Harris there calling the timeout. Good time. This set might be starting to slip away from them a little bit, with Cite taking a 4-point lead for the first time in this one.
Yeah, it's really been back and forth so far in this game, especially early in this set, but Coyotes able to go on a bit of a run here, and you mentioned it, a good timeout from Wayne Harris, trying to stop this run, get the momentum away from the Coyotes. Assistant coach for the Conestoga Condors, Kelly McGuire, having a word as well. with Wayne Harris to his team as you get a good look there at David Mann, first-year head coach for the Coyotes, and he did a great job carrying his team in that East Division to a second-place finish, 16-3 on the season. He did a great job for his Coyote squad.
Yeah, absolutely. A first-year coach, not easy to lead your team to a record that good. And although things may not have gone the way they've been hoping for this tournament so far, a chance here today and tomorrow to salvage that.
And both these teams are in the consolation game, which is not ideal, not what they were looking for. But both teams last year didn't make the playoffs, and you know, it's a big step for both these organizations, so you have to be pleased with that.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere.
Rally going right now. Bowden can't handle it, but a good block at the net there. Dylan Arndt coming up with the point, and the Condors come out of the timeout with a point.
Yeah, let's see if they can keep some of that momentum going here. If they can get a few more points, they'll be right back into this one.
For the Condors.
Kevin Dumont at the line now. That one goes into the net. Another service error for the Condors. They give the point right back.
Yeah, it looked like for a second that might have been just enough to clear
Number
the
12,
net, but just not enough height underneath that one.
Both teams have never medaled in the OCAA. But like I mentioned before, both teams missed the playoffs last year, so a good step in the right direction as that one back-to-back service errors.
Now serving, number 17,
Conestoga will
Dylan
regain serve
Arndt.
here now. Dylan Arndt on the line. 13 service aces on the year for him.
First touch there and a big hit
Michel
from Michel LeBlanc coming up with the kill. Just like that, the Coyotes get their 4-point lead right back.
Yeah, and he's showing why he's one of the most relied upon players on that La Cite front line and doing a good job there.
Yeah, him and Pierna, some key players for this Coyote squad.
Service
and another
ace.
service
Michel
ace.
LeBlanc.
Michel LeBlanc, that's the third of the set already.
Yeah, and he came into this one with 48 service aces on the season and just continuing to grow those numbers here. We'll see what he can do here again.
That's 3 for the Coyote squad.
Service
you can add to
ace.
it, that's 4
Michel
already.
LeBlanc.
Michel LeBlanc adding to his team's total. And right now, it's not looking good for the Condors, who are stuck 6 right now.
Yeah, back-to-back service aces here. He could be so dangerous at that service line. Chance for 3 here, but right into the net.
Pretty powerful, but right into the net. But you like that service run. 8, 16, 11
Serving
lead.
for the Condors, number 1, Ryan Clutton.
Ryan Clutton at the line for the Condors, looking for some answers here for his squad.
Yeah, La Cite up by 5 now. Conestoga's got to get on a run here, or else this first set might be over for them.
Blocked there from Bowden, but that squeaks away.
Yeah, deflected out of bounds there. Powerful shot there by the Coyotes.
Serving for the Coyotes, number 5, Alexi Baldulo.
Baldulo now at the line for the Coyotes, who lead by 6 and look well on their way to picking up the first set victory as Merkel gets the first touch for the Condors. Sets up Lau. Put away, but that's going to be too many touches as the Condors, when they get set up for Wesley Lau.
Ball handling
it's
violation charge to the Coyotes.
Yeah, Wesley Lau,
Serving
we've
for the
talked about him
Condors, number
already.
2,
He's
Wesley
listed as a setter,
Lau.
but he does such a good job jumping into that front line, being able to get those points. He'll get a chance at the service line here.
Very dynamic player, and that's why he was named OCAA Player of the Year on Wednesday.
He could do it all, Kyle.
He's unable
Alex
to come up with that one, though.
Alex Huard now
Tough play
serving for
him
the
there.
Coyotes.
Not much he could have done on that one. Had to make a diving stop and just couldn't get enough length on that one.
Huard coming up with the point. Now he'll be at the line serving for La Cite, who are just 7 points away from picking up the set. That's off the net. Merkel handles it. Duong gets set up, and the big man puts that one down, number 7 with the point.
Yeah, big powerful shot by Duong. As we mentioned before, had a great game yesterday versus number 1 ranked Fanshawe, winning Player of the Game honors for Conestoga, and he's going to try and build on that great game here today.
Mercy coming into the game. He'll be at the line serving. First touch there. Big block. Bowden was up there as well, but it's going to go to Dylan Arndt
with the
block and the point, and maybe some momentum The Condors try to
Back
pick it up after that
Lee
block.
Mercy.
Only down by 4.
Dylan Arndt doing his job, leading his team in blocks all season with 32 on the year coming into this one. Great block there.
First touch just away from the Coyotes. Almost a free ball. Tipped up once again, and a good block there from Bowden. Alex Bowden coming up with the point. And just like that, it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, a couple times there we saw in that set, Alexander Huard and Nicholas Pernat both trying that soft touch, but Conestoga onto it both times and ended up leading to a point for them.
And another big block there from Alex Bowden. And it looked like a weird setup there for the Coyotes. They didn't receive the ball that well. And it was a 6-point game. Now only 2.
Yeah, that Conestoga front line is really woken up here, blocking everything coming their way. And all of a sudden, Conestoga's back in this one.
Yeah, they've stepped up, but that's going to be long on the service error from Mercy. As Eric Katterberg will check back in. 19-16.
This is going to be huge for Conestoga here. They need a few big points here to stay alive. And they'll take that.
Yeah, both teams exchanging service errors. So it is a 2-point game. Anybody's ball game right now here in set number 1. Alex Bowden at the line here from Guelph, Ontario in his 2nd year on the squad.
Oh, powerful serve.
That one into the stands. Diving across. No, just stays on the Coyote side as looked like Sebastian Gaho was having a seat on the stands, but he seems to be all right.
And Alex Bowden, not exactly known as a service specialist here for the Condors, but doing a great job there.
That's a big serve there. Good first touch there from Gaho. Tipped across, gonna be a free ball for the Condors. Gets set up is Lau, and he doesn't miss many of those. Finds the far right corner. And what was a 6-point game, we are now tied up at 19, and we're gonna get a timeout on the floor from David Mann and La Cite Coyotes.
Yeah, good timeout there. It looked like David Mann's side was just about ready to wrap this first set up, but Conestoga showing a lot of fight here, scrapping their way back into this one. They were down by 6 at one point. Now all of a sudden we're tied up at 19 here with the fight to 25 is on.
A great setup there. Free ball for the Condors on that last rally. Wesley Lau gets set up, and he doesn't miss many of those free hits and finds that right corner and drills it. That's why he was named OCAA Player of the Year on Wednesday, among others. Getting some awards. We talked about a few in that pregame show.
Yeah, one of the ones that we didn't mention in the pregame show was Brendan Vandergeest on the Conestoga Condors was also named to the West All-Rookie team. So just adding to that list of hardware on both these teams.
Saw their number 12, Xavier Demers. He was named to the All-Rookie team last year, so he's known for his awards. He got the Rookie of the Year last year when it comes to East Division team. As David Mann looks on here, saw his lead of 6.
Let's see how La Cite responds after that timeout.
His lead got diminished here, and a service ace there from Alex Bowden. And he's been good on both sides of the ball. Right now, he's been solid. He's brought his team back into the lead. They haven't seen it in a while. Just like that, Condors up by 1. That one goes into the nets. The Coyotes tie this thing back up.
Serving for the Coyotes, number 8, Sebastian Garo.
Garo at the line. Miss it there from Merkel. Duong just long there, just missing that far line, and wasn't a first good touch there from Keon Merkel.
Yeah, Kevin Duong there doing a good job, almost salvaging that play, but just unable to find the court with that hit.
Yeah, when that first touch isn't the greatest, it's hard to pick up a good point. Duong gets set up off the block, stayed alive here from the Coyotes. And the call is going to be 2 touches there, ball handling violation on the Coyotes, and not the mistake you want, especially late in this first set.
Absolutely, late in this first set, this is going to be a real thriller here. Both these teams tied at 21. could be the first team to make a couple mistakes in a row, loses this one.
Great play there at the line. Xavier Demers coming up with the point. Little sneaky play there as we're going to get a substitution for the Condors.
Yeah, that soft touch at the net by Xavier Demers working wonders there. Just completely throwing that Conestoga side off guard.
Some subs on both sides here. Cite, first touch there from Merkel, far side, sets up Duong.
It's going to be a double touch there.
Ball handling violation. And they set up Duong, or excuse me, Wesley Lau on that far side for a big hit. And the Condors had a small lead there, but the Coyotes get it right back. It's 23-21, and just like that, the Coyotes saw their lead go away, but they've gotten it back.
Yeah, something tells me we may be in for a 5-set thriller here today if this one continues like this, but Cite responding well after that timeout, grabbing a 2-point lead here. And it could be all be over here soon in this first set if Conestoga doesn't get things going here real quick.
And we saw the Coyotes of Cite go on a run to get that big lead of 6, and then Conestoga went on a run of their own to tie the game up, eventually take a 1-point lead just moments ago, but Cite, just before that timeout, have a 2-point lead and will be serving here.
Yeah, Cite really taking advantage of the mistakes Conestoga made, a service error and a few ball handling errors made, including a violation just now, so should be interesting to see how both these teams respond after this timeout. Conestoga has to play real well now, can't afford to make too many mistakes here.
So we're set to begin here. Xavier Demers at the line for Cite. 2 points away from picking up set number 1. First touch there from Lau, gets set up again. Big block from Cite. Lau once again, just a little tip. Good help defense there. Merkel with the first touch. And Lau just has to hit it over for free ball for Cite. Set up there off the block, kept alive for the Condors. Lau off the block and out of bounds. And a good back and forth game, but the Condors coming up with a point.
Yeah, they kept going back to Wesley Lau there, looking for him to get them that big point, and eventually when their game plan worked, they're back on the board here, down only by 1. With serve, this could be a massive opportunity for the Condors.
This is the big point here in this first set. Served over, Cite controls it. Well, flipped over, and that's gonna work out of the reach there of number 5, Keith Hunt.
Serving for the Coyotes, number 7.
And just like that, the Coyotes have set point with one of their best players, Michel LeBlanc, at the line.
And the guy they definitely want that line, leading their team in service aces all season. With a couple big ones here today, we'll see if he can pull out some of that magic here once again.
Had a couple already in this first set.
Just a rocket of a serve there.
Controlled by Lau, gets it back, big hit, but out of bounds. And the Coyotes picking up set number 1, 25-22.
Yeah, that really was Cite's set. They dominated that one early on. We saw a nice little push there by Conestoga to make things interesting there in the middle there, but they just took it. Cite really just did well coming out there last time out, managed to just put things away. As we'll get a look at that last point here that wrapped things up. Wesley Lau just barely misses the court there.
Yeah, he had a point earlier where he just caught that line, tried to do it again, but just missed it. So the Coyotes of Cite pick up set number 1, 25-22, and pick up their first set win of the OCAA Provincial Championship.
Yeah, definitely a good thing for them to try and build upon here. Both these teams did get swept on their first games of the tournament yesterday.
Cite losing to a tough Redeemer team who's 3rd in that West Division.
It's going to be interesting. Oh, Sorry,
Go ahead,
Oh,
Andrew.
no, I was just going to say it's going to be interesting to see how Conestoga responds coming out of this one. I guess you could say the same thing about La Cite if they get a little too comfortable. And Conestoga, we should be seeing a lot of fight from them coming into the second set, as they can't be happy with the way how that first set ended for them, as they were right there, but things just kind of fell apart for them at the end.
We'll see as the second set is just moments away, as we're going to get a good look at some first set highlights here, as La Cite picking up the 25-22 first set victory. Couple big plays. You said it. La Cite went off to a good start, and Conestoga came back, but eventually La Cite pulled away and got the win. Some big hittings on both sides for sure.
Yeah, both these teams. We mentioned the star power of both these sides, and it was on full display here as we saw a very exciting first set, and should continue into the later stages of this game, and should continue to be a great match. Yeah, look at La Cite there, all smiles after a successful first set.
Take a look at yesterday's scores. Mentioned Redeemer, tough Redeemer team beating La Cite 3-0. For Conestoga, they got a tough draw going up against number 1 in the country, Fanshawe Falcons. And then the only time we saw another team win a set was the final game of the night between Niagara and Georgian, which was an outstanding matchup. Great game there. Niagara moving on. They'll play Humber tonight for Georgian. We'll see them in the next consolation match against Mohawk. So the semifinals are set, coming up at 6 and 8 o'clock. First one will be Redeemer versus Fanshawe, and then the host Humber Hawks versus the Niagara Knights. So full volleyball day here on day number 2.
Yeah, but for now we got the Consolation semis here back-to-back. First matchup here. La Cite Coyotes versus the Conestoga Condors. Conestoga
Serving first
lost
for
that
the
first set
Condors,
25-22
number
in
7,
a back-and-forth
Kevin
thriller.
Duong.
They're going to try and avenge that here with one of their stars, Kevin Duong, on the service line to get this one started off.
It's a back and forth first set. We're expecting that for the rest of the way. A miss hit there, but works out in the Coyotes' favor. Xavier Demare coming up with the point. Now he'll be at the service line number 12.
Yeah, that soft touch
Serving
at the net.
for the Coyotes,
It's
number
been a
12,
tough play.
Xavier
Conestoga was
Demare.
onto it a little bit there, but for the most part, they've had no answer to it here today.
Diving across. Tough play for the for the Condors off the first initial hit, but
Xavier Demare,
Coyotes early lead.
Yeah, Bartolo just threw that right over to a spot where nobody was for the Condors. And all of a sudden, La Cite is up 2-0 here quickly.
Off the netting, handled by Duong. Far side to Lau off the block and
Wesley
out.
Lau.
Wesley Lau coming up with the point.
With the slam.
Yeah, Wesley Lau once again showing why he was
Serving for the Condors is
OCAA
number
Player of the
17,
Year.
Dylan
It's a
Arnold.
massive hit there, deflected off that La Cite front line and out of bounds.
Wesley Lau leading his team with 3 kills so far, and a little touch there at the front line by Eric Caterberg. And the Condors, after being down 2-0, tie back up at 2. Two here in the second set. Big hit. That's going to be good. Alexander Huard.
Yeah,
Puts
Huard's
it down.
been a big factor here this afternoon.
Michel
4
LeBlanc,
kills on the
now
day for
serving
him already.
For the Coyotes.
Leading the way for either squad.
3-2 Coyotes lead. First touch is going to go right over the net. Coyotes get it back. A little bit of a mishandle there from the Coyotes.
Yeah, I think that there was a miscommunication there on the side of the Coyotes and just couldn't get that one over the
now
net.
serving for the Condors.
They laugh it off. It was a bit awkward there. David Mann, head coach of the Coyotes, having a little bit of a chuckle after that one. This game tied up at 3. Set up their big block for the Condors, but the Coyotes have another chance here. Another block.
Oh, one of the players on the Coyotes kind of falling awkwardly there. That's
Looked like he might have got it in the face there off the block.
Alexis Bartolo.
It's going to be all right. Just took it off the face, off the block. Another look here. Oh, yeah.
Oh, He's going to feel that one.
He's all right, but it did not look pretty. Right off the noggin, 4-3. Oh, great play to keep that one alive. Our Condors, but the Coyotes get it back. Duong keeps it alive. Far side, couple Condors running into each other here. And they're not able to handle it.
Eric
It was number 5,
Caterberg.
Alex Bordelot, and Caterberg coming up with the point.
Yeah, it's twice already this set. We've seen that from
Back to
Caterberg.
serve for the Condors.
He's been real good. Had a pretty good game yesterday, too, against Fanshawe. And it's looking like he's building on that here and should have a good weekend resume.
Coyotes control it, not the best setup, but good enough there for Alexis Bordelot.
Yeah, really rebounding after taking that ball to the face earlier.
5-4, Conestoga lead, just really back and
Alexis
forth
Bordelot
so
now
far
serving
early in
for
this
Cite.
second set. No team either pull away so far. First touch there from Duong, and eventually
Caterberg.
Eric Caterberg. Back-to-back points for him. The
Yeah.
Condors lead by 2.
3 kills on the game already
now
for
serving
Caterberg.
for Conestoga.
He's turning into a factor here for the Condors. With Wesley Lau now on the service line.
Cite picking up the 25-22 first set victory. So that one from Wesley Lau on the service attempt is long, and a 1-point lead
Alex Huard
for the Condors
now
here.
serving
That
for
one
the
just
Coyotes.
barely missed the court, as we'll get a look at that one there.
That was
Or excuse me, that was the play before.
yeah,
but
that was the big hit there from Caterberg. That one off the net and out of bounds. Just missing that line off the service from Huard.
Bit of a lucky break there for the Condors. Up by 2 now, they'll take it.
For the Condors.
7-5 Condors lead. And Eric Caterberg, he's been good in this second set. Now he's at the line. Controlled by the Coyotes, and a big hit there from Michel LeBlanc.
Michel LeBlanc.
Michel LeBlanc, not the tallest guy, but jumped in there like Superman there and threw it down.
Now serving
Massive
for the
kill there
Coyotes.
for the Coyotes.
He got a good setup, and he takes advantage of it. 7-6, back and forth right now. Set up there, far side off the shoulder. That's
Free
in
ball
play.
here.
Not the best setup there, and that was right off the shoulder of Xavier Demer, and he'll take that one off the miscue from the Condors.
Yeah, I think the Condors were trying to get that one over to Wesley Lau for the kill there, but just wasn't able to get that in the right spot. The Coyotes tie this one back up at 7.
Controlled there from Duong off the big serve. Gets set up off the block and out. Kevin Duong coming up with the point, and just like that, the Condors get their lead back.
Yeah, Duong has been a little quiet here this afternoon after a great game yesterday against Fanshawe. Let's see if he can get things going here.
Controlled right at the front there, and a big block. Duong stepping up. Had a big kill the last play, and there comes up with a big block.
Yeah, it looks like Duong's finally getting rolling now. Could see him back in form like he was yesterday. And if he does get back in form, Cite better watch out.
One of the top players on this Condors team. That's off the netting. Coyotes get set up, and a big hit there. That's from number 8, Sebastian Gaho.
Yeah, no team really able to take control of this set yet. A lot of back and forth in this one, as Conestoga only leads by 1 point here now.
Sebastian Gaho at the line. Controlled there. Looked like a lift possibly there. Man, head coach of the Coyotes, was looking for the call, didn't get it, and eventually Conestoga come up with the point.
Yeah, I'm surprised that one wasn't called, to be honest.
Like a little bit of an awkward possession there for the Condors, but they get the point anyway. And Duong looking to extend the largest lead of the second set for the Condors.
Yeah, the Condors have been recipients of a couple of lucky break plays. They're not there, though, as Cite claws back within 1. This back and forth set continues.
We've seen a couple of those short setup there's from the Coyotes, the quick smash. It's been working pretty solid so far. That one controlled there from Duong. Sets up Lau and a big hit there. Wesley Lau out of the reach of Garreau.
Yeah, Wesley Garreau, or Mikael Garreau, the libero of the Coyotes, just unable to get that ball cleanly.
That was a big time hit there from Wesley Lau. Put into play here. Coyotes control it. Not the best setup, but a pretty good hit there. Michel LeBlanc off a couple, not the greatest setup there from the Coyotes, but enough for Michel LeBlanc.
Yeah, Michel LeBlanc able to find that ball through the way of the Conestoga front line.
And Michel LeBlanc finds the service line. And a service ace for Michel LeBlanc. He's got a couple already in this game. Adds to his total.
And you get the feeling that La Cite is finally starting to get in a little bit of a roll here. We're going to see if they can get this momentum continuing here.
Controlled there. Wesley Lau with the first touch. Gets it back off the block and in. Wesley Lau. And just like that, a back and forth game continues. It's 12-11.
Yeah, just would look like the scales might be tipping on the side of the Coyotes. Big kill there by Wesley Lau, is 5th on the day, and that ties LeBlanc for tops in this game so far.
Coyotes control, big hit there. Almost kept alive, the whistle was blown. And after all of that, the Coyotes will end up with the point.
You know, not the way that Conestoga was looking to build off that last point.
Looked like there for a second the Condors might have kept that one alive, but point awarded to the Coyotes. Kept alive here. Set up there is Lau off the net. Coyotes have to put it over. Duong just keeps that one alive. Great play. Bowden. Some great defense back and forth and out of bounds. The Condors get the point off a good rally. One of the best so far this game.
Yeah, real back and forth rally there. Didn't know who was going to land on, or whose side that was going to land on, but eventually point going to the Condors, and Wesley Lau now on the service line.
Wesley Lau, game high, 5 kills in this one. Tipped over, kept alive here for the Condors. Now the Coyotes looking for something here. A couple tipped and out of bounds.
Puts it down. Number 10.
Point awarded there to the Coyotes, tying this back up at 13. This set is just too close to call. Looks like the first team to go on a run here might take this one.
13-all, we're getting near the end of this one. Tipped away and out of the reach of a couple diving Coyotes.
Yeah, the line judge had to run out of the way there.
14-13. Andrew, this has been a pretty solid second set here. No team giving in right now.
Lots of good volleyball. Both these teams really holding their ground here.
Just over the net after the block from Bowden. Kept alive for the Condors here. Coyotes looking to get set up. Just have to tip it over. A little bit of a free ball here for the Condors. Bowden off the tip, kept alive. Big hit, just inbounds. Just catching the line there was Sebastian Garreau coming up with the point, and it's a 14-all game as the La Cite fans liking that one.
Yeah, and how can you not? A nice little rally there, ending in a big point. Tying this one up at 14.
Big hit there. That's going to be good for Dylan Arndt. And the Condors get the point right back. No team giving any inch right now.
Dylan Arndt, more known for his blocking abilities, is the middle blocker there for that front line, but doing a good job there, earning that kill.
Set up here for the Coyotes. Big hit there. That's going to be good from Michel LeBlanc.
Both these teams just trading points here now.
And
it's going to be an interesting little stretch drive here, as both these teams still have their timeouts to use here too.
we talked about back and forth. This is definitely the definition of back and forth. No team really able to go on a multi-point run. It's 16-15 as Kevin Duong at the line for the Condors. Tipped up here, and unable to handle there was Daniel Muselman.
Yeah, just a monster shot there by Alexander Huard. So no shot there for Musselman.
Number 12, Xavier Damer.
And into the net. Once again, no team able to go on a significant run, as both teams just exchanging points. We're going to get a few subs here for the Condors.
Serving for the Condors is number 3.
Number 3 will check back into the game for the Condors. Lee Mercy.
It's going to be real interesting to see how this one finishes up here in the second set. Back-to-back service errors here, tying this one up at 17 now.
Now serving for the Coyotes, number 7, Michelle LeBlanc.
Michelle LeBlanc at the line here. He's been good at the line. A lot of service aces so far for this Coyote squad. Looking for one there. He's gotten a few on that far left side, but can't hit it.
Yeah, can't find the court there as that one just flutters out of bounds. Heading an easy point there to the Condors. And let's see if the Condors can get a run here going.
Ryan Clunn kept alive there from LeBlanc. Here come the Condors looking for a point here. Big hit there. Eric Katterberg coming up with the point, and the Condors lead by 2. We haven't seen a 2-point lead in a while.
No, we haven't. And Katterberg there coming up big for the Condors. It's been a real big factor here in this second set with 3 kills in this set alone. And we finally got our first time out here called as La Cite. Head coach Wayne Harris, head coach David Mann didn't like the look of what he saw there from his team.
It's really been back and forth, maybe a little bit of a rest. A lot of energy having to be played in the second set as the Condors look on here. They lead by 2, but really it's been back and forth throughout the whole set, and we haven't seen a 2-point lead in a while, and right now the Condors have it.
Yeah, but for the last little while, it's just been exchanging points. Condor take the lead. La Cite ties it. Condors take the lead. Coyotes tie it. Back and forth. But now Condors took 2 points in a row here. It's going to be interesting to see how both these teams respond coming out of this timeout, especially La Cite if they can get on a little bit of a run themselves. Try and go for that 2-0 lead. And Conestoga just needing this set to stay alive in this one. Should be an interesting last little bit to this set.
You saw there David Mann point up to the scoreboard to his team. 19-17. There's not a lot of time to get back in this one, especially if they give up 1 or 2 of these next couple points here.
Yeah, for both these teams, a couple of errors could mean the end of the set for them, really.
Ryan Clunn on the line for the Condors here. Misplay there, but a free ball right back to the Coyotes. Not ideal. Off the block, kept alive. Coyotes get it back. And it's going to be...
I think it's going to be a net or a double touch.
Yeah, double touch there. Ball handling violation on the Coyotes. And just like that, the Condors have one of the largest leads of the second set. 20-17, and are trying to pull away here. That's right off the ceiling and bounces down. Conestoga feeling good right now. They have a 4-point lead and are 4 points away from picking up the set.
Yeah, big play there. That one just went right up into the rafters, handing Conestoga an easy point there. And up by 4 with 4 points left to go till taking this set. Should be interesting.
Far side, off the hit, tipped over. Condors with the ball. Sets up Wesley Lau, no chance, and into the stands there, out of the reach of the Coyotes. And coming out of that timeout, 3 straight points for the Condors, and David Mann going to call another timeout here. His team down by 5.
Yeah, Conestoga doing a real good job coming out of that last timeout. We saw jumping up to a 3-0 lead after that one, but of course head coach David Mann of the Coyotes not liking what he saw there. Down by 5 now. They had a chance to really jump up into that, take that 2-0 lead, but the response by the Coyotes wasn't great there as they were just really dominated coming out of that last time out.
And of course, this is the first consolation game of the day. The second one coming 30 minutes after this one between the Georgian Grizzlies and the Mohawk Mountaineers, which is also going to be a good one. Another battle between West and East, and then the semifinals of the OCAA Provincials coming up at 6 and then 8. So we're expecting some good volleyball on this day.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of great volleyball on the schedule here today, but first we got this one. This has been a thriller here so far. Could go all 5 sets.
For the Condors, number 1.
Cite really jumping up, taking that first set by a significant margin. Really was their set, even though it was a lot closer than it really was. Conestoga here about to take this one, jumping out to a nice little run lately.
Conestoga pulling away at the right time. That one's in on the far side with the smash.
And let's see if Cite kind of wakes up here. Down by 4, not much room for error.
Number 5, Alexi Baldulo.
But they have definitely a lot of great servers on their team. Could be the difference here in this one.
Baldulo at the line for the Coyotes, trying to get his team back. Sets up big hit there. That's going to go in for Eric Caterberg. And just like that, the Condors 2 points away from tying this ball game up at 1.
Yeah, Conestoga's really fought hard in this one. A lot of back and forth, and eventually able to take a commanding 5-point lead here.
There,
only 2 points away.
Caterberg with that good hit there. Wesley Lau into the net. It's a 4-point game, but the Condors in control of this one. Only 2 points away.
Cite's got to play this one pretty perfect if they want to come back in this second set.
Unable to handle it there was Kevin Duong.
You got to think head coach David Mann's pretty happy about the way his team has responded coming out of that last time out. Down by 3, though. With not much time left, we'll see how this one plays out.
Off the net, just kept alive there from Musselman. Far side, Duong catches that far right side. Pretty solid hit there from Kevin Duong, catching that corner.
And Conestoga now just 1 point away from tying this up at a set apiece. With Keith Hunt on the line.
Keith Hunt.
Here we go, set point here for the Condors. Hit by LeBlanc off the net and in.
Michelle.
Coyotes stay alive, 3-point game.
It could be a matter of too little, too late here, although I'm sure David Mann would want his team to finish up the second set pretty strong no matter the result, win or lose.
Off the netting, Duong to Lau, back to Duong. That's far and out, and just like that, it's a 2-point game. The Coyotes staying alive.
Yeah, Conestoga can't get too comfortable here. They know they're up against a pretty good opponent. They just take a timeout here right now.
Yeah, Wayne Harris isn't going to take any chance right now. His team in control of this set, but 1 point or 2, and they could be in trouble and down 2-0. So good timeout here from Wayne Harris. You got 2, might as well utilize at least 1.
Yeah, you're 1 point away, but only up by 2, so you can't get too comfortable here right now. As Cite is right in this one, as we'll get a look replay of that last shot that just sailed out of bounds there.
And Conestoga 1 point away from picking up the win, tying this ball game up at 1s. And for the Condors, they've never medaled before at the provincial championship, but they also missed the playoffs last year, so good growing year for them to try to get into the podium in the coming years.
As we mentioned before, Wayne Harris named Coach of the Year for the West Division and was also a nominee for Canadian Men's Volleyball Coach of the Year, so definitely doing a great job with his Conestoga Condors program this season.
Yeah, and one of the big keys to winning that Coach of the Year in the West Division was his team was 6-7 late in the season, and he pulled his team to a 10-8 finish, winning 4 of the last 5 games.
Yeah, not easy, but definitely an impressive turnaround.
Brought his team into the postseason, and they pick up set number 2 and tie this game up on a point there from Kevin Duong.
That'll guarantee the second game of the tournament to not go in a 3-0 sweep, so definitely a tightly contested volleyball game we're witnessing here today.
It was back and forth in that second set. You said it, the Condors were getting one, and then the Coyotes were getting one. Really back and forth, but the Condors able to stretch their lead, and we get a nice look at the winning point from Kevin Duong. Big hit. He was good in that second set. He's got 5 kills in this one. But it was back and forth throughout that set, and the Condors pulled away around that 20-point mark. Eventually won the set 25-22.
Yeah, that score identical, just flipped the other way from that first set. So when you take into account that both these teams are tied in total points here today, a rather even matchup in this one is both those sets, for most of it, was too close to call. It should be interesting to see how these last possible three sets play out, as this is going to be an interesting one. It should go the distance here today.
Well, we know we're going to get 4 sets. That's for sure. It's a matter of if we'll get 5. We saw a 5-setter last night in the final game of day 1 between the Niagara Knights and the Georgian Grizzlies. That one went 5 sets. The other 3 games were all sweeps, as we get a good look at the second set highlights here. So we know we're going to get 4 sets in this one. We'll see if we get 5. It's looking pretty good that we'll see that here today. Big hitting in that second set, back and forth set.
Yeah, I think both these teams was pretty disappointed about how things turned out here yesterday in their first games. Both these teams getting swept 3-0. Conestoga getting swept by #1 ranked Fanshawe, although they did hold their own. And Cite got swept 3-0 by Redeemer, the Royals, yesterday in the very first matchup of the tournament. And both these teams just not wanting to give an inch here and just trying to finish up their weekend as strong as possible here. Both these teams vying for a team in the Consolation Final.
Every team that comes here is definitely guaranteed 2 games. It's a matter if you can get your team to that 3rd game, and that's what these 2 teams are trying to do here today.
Yeah, absolutely. And both these teams, as we mentioned before, not in the tournament last year, but both on very good track right now. And in the tournament with a chance here to finish up strong here today.
We're just moments away from starting this 3rd set. Reminder that we have the second consolation game coming up right after this ball game. The winner of those 2 games will play in the first matchup tomorrow for the consolation final. And here we go, set number 3. Good look at the crowd here on this Friday afternoon at the Hawks Nest. Coyotes off the first point, they'll get it. 1-0 lead.
Big block there by that Cite front line. Getting things started off here in the 3rd set, looking to rebound after a disappointing second set for them.
Into play Duong with the first touch. It's going to be a lift there against Bowden.
For a double touch. I thought it was a lift.
Either way, the Coyotes pick up the point. 2-0 lead for the Coyotes.
And Demare gets his 3rd serve in a row.
Put over, big block there.
Yeah, that was a race to the ball there. LeBlanc got to it first, but that Conestoga front line onto that one immediately.
Ryan Cludden coming up with a big block there. Getting his team on the board here in this 3rd set. Flipped over, that's blocked there from Caterberg. Far side, Lau, that's blocked in out of bounds, and the Condors tie things up. It didn't look pretty, but they got the point.
Yeah, Wesley Lau really leading the way here for the Condors. 7 kills and 3 digs on the game for him already, and that 7 kills is tied for the game high.
Big hit there out of the reach of Duong. Alex Huard coming up with the point. 3-2, Coyotes lead here early in the third set. Duong with the first touch once again. Sets up Bowden. Coyotes control, get the point on the far side. That's in for the point for Nicolas Pirna.
Yeah, not much the Condors could have done there except for really just watch that fly by them and land in for a point for the La Cite Coyotes.
4-2 lead here for the Coyotes. First touch there from Musselman, far side. That was Lau with the hit. He controls it. Sets up Bowden. Kept alive from the Coyotes here. Back and forth, and that falls in. The Coyotes lead by 3.
I believe that was Bordelot with that one. Big play there to earn the point for the Coyotes, extending that lead to 3 here in the third set.
LeBlanc with the big serve, but that's way out of bounds. Conestoga get a point here.
Serving for the Condors, number 1, Ryan Clutton.
Ryan Clutton getting ready to serve, second team All-Star in the West Division.
Kept alive, great defense there from the Condors. Wesley Lau, good help defense there from Demers. Big block, out of bounds there. The Coyotes with a lot of energy here in this third set, lead by 3.
Yeah, and that was definitely the start to the set that the Coyotes were looking for after a disappointing second set.
And right now, just leave everything on the floor if you're either of these teams. Your season is on the line here. Michel LeBlanc picking up the point there. 7-3 lead for the Coyotes here early, still early here in this third set.
Yeah, David Mann, head coach for the Coyotes, has got to be happy what he's seen from his team so far. Maybe not with that, but even then, it's hard for him to contain that smile on his face as he definitely likes the way his team has come out to start this third set.
Yeah. La Cite has been playing with a lot of energy in this third set. Showing right now on the scoreboard, they lead by 3. Kept alive from the Coyotes, tipped over. Caterberg sets up Duong with the big hit and the point. Kevin Duong on the board.
That's going to be his 6th kill of the game for him. Definitely building on that impressive performance yesterday against Fanshawe.
Wesley Lau on the line, leads his team in kills with 7. Just behind him, you mentioned it, Kevin Duong with 6. Put up there, big set and a big block. Eric Caterberg with the block. Bowden was in on the action as well, and Conestoga Condors with back-to-back points.
Yeah, Caterberg continues to be a huge presence here for the Condors. Making a lot of big blocks, a lot of big kills here in this one.
Coyotes control it. Gets set up is Pirna, and he doesn't miss many of those.
That's what the Coyotes were looking for, looking to stop that Conestoga run that they were getting on. That was just what the doctor ordered, the big kill by Nicolas Pirna.
Controlled there from Musselman. Sets up Duong, far side, out of the reach of a couple diving Coyotes. And just like that, it's a 1-point game here, 8-7, early in the third set.
Yeah, Conestoga cutting back into that Coyotes lead. With one of their most important players here, Caterberg, on the service line.
That one,
right into the net.
Yeah, right into the net there. 9-7, Caterberg will check out. for the time being.
Serving for the Coyotes, number 6, Nicolas Pernod.
Nicolas Pernod at the service line with his team up by 2 on a tie ball game when it comes to sets. That one out of bounds and both teams exchanging service errors.
Yeah, just a little too much power on that one, as that one just barely missed the court. Line judge in perfect position for that one.
Controlled there from Garreau. Big setup there for LeBlanc. Off the tip and falls in. Point to the Coyotes. It's 10-8.
Yeah, that twin-headed monster for that Coyotes front line striking here again. Extending that Coyotes lead here back to 2. Let's see what they could do here with serve.
And Pernod was pretty quiet in that second set. He's woken up here in the third set. Coming up with some big kills. Condors with Bowden off the block and out. A missed opportunity there for the Coyotes. Not the greatest setup, but the Coyotes still lead by 1.
Yeah, this third set, excuse me, looking a lot like that second. A lot back and forth here to start off this one.
That one is catching a couple frontline players for the Condors on the service error. Cite regained their 2-point lead.
Number 12, Xavier Damer.
Damer on the line here with the chance to extend that lead.
Kept alive here for the Condors, and Wesley Lau picks up another kill. That's game high 8 for Wesley Lau.
Yeah, him and LeBlanc kind of going back and forth, trying to capture that game high in kills. Both of them tied with 8 right now, though. Lau definitely has the advantage there when it comes to points, as he has 5 digs on the day as well.
Tipped up at the net. Attack violation charge call on Xavier Damer. And the Condors tie this baby up at 11. We're nearing the halfway point of this third set here, tied at 1.
Yeah, both these teams refusing to give an inch here.
LeBlanc with the hit. Coyotes looking for a tip. They're not going to get it. Just goes out of bounds, and the Condors with 3 straight points lead by 1.
Yeah, this could be the run that we've been looking for. One of these teams finally taking control of this set.
That one just along there. Garreau did a good job there leaving that ball.
Number 7, Michel LeBlanc, now serving.
And you said it before, that's this reminding us right now of the second set, really back and forth. It was the Condors that pulled away from the Coyotes in that, really the 20-point mark in that second set. We're almost nearing that mark, but right now it's 13-12 lead for the Condors off the point from Eric Caterberg.
Yeah, Condors definitely looking to get on a little bit of a run. Whichever one of these teams takes this third set, you know will be huge.
Big serve there.
Service ace.
Ryan Clun out of the reach there of the Coyotes, and the service ace for Clun.
Yeah, let's see if Clutton can continue this on the service line. 17 service aces on the year for him.
This one, little floater, drops it in. Kept alive a couple times for the Coyotes. Sets up Pernod. Off Musselman off the net, kept alive.
He's gonna have to toss
on
that
the
back.
floor, but he can't get it out of the reach, but you gotta love the effort there. Daniel Musselman with the effort on the floor.
Conestoga sent scrambling on that ball.
Number 5,
Just couldn't get it over. Coyotes back within 1 here.
Mishandled there, goes over. Coyotes with the ball. Sets up on the far side, big block, but out of bounds there. The point for Alexander Huard.
And just when it looked like Conestoga was gonna get on a little bit of a run and maybe take control of this set, we're back tied up at 14 here, and could be anyone's set here still.
This is a tight matchup to say the least. 14-all. Bowden just has to hit it over. Weak hit there. And a floater there. What a hit there. That's going to go to the Coyotes. Looked like Alexander Huard on that one.
Alexi Baudulo back to serve for the Coyotes.
Bartolo back to serve here.
Sneaky play for the Coyotes, who lead by 1 here. First touch there from Lau. Gets set up, big hit. LeBlanc unable to handle that one, just trying to get out of the way. And Wesley Lau, number 2, coming up with a big point.
Yeah, that one goes flying into the La Cite Coyote side there. It's a monster shot. And we're back tied up at 15.
All squared up, Lau right into the net. Another service there, this time it's on the Condor side. 1 point game once again.
Yeah, both these teams still have both their timeouts left here. Much like the second set.
Saving them till that later part of the set, but we're reaching it right now. First touch there, Duong. Sets up Bowden and drops it in with a big kill, finding that far left side. And once again, back and forth, 16 all.
Yeah, we're officially in territory now where first team here to go on a little bit of a run is probably going to take this set.
Now serving for the Condors.
So these next few plays are definitely going to be very important.
Served over, controlled by the Coyotes. Quick flip off the leg. Oh, almost had a chance to put that one over for the Condors. But the Coyotes end up with the point and lead by 1 here. La Cite in their grayish-black jerseys.
Big chance for Pernod here on the service line. Let's see if either of these two teams can go on a run here.
It's gonna have to be soon. Sets up, out of the reach there. Tough play for Bowden. Ryan Cludd not the best setup there. Ball was a little bit in front of him. And we have a 2-point lead here.
Yeah, it just would have been better for the Condors there to just kind of toss that ball over. Instead, just tried to make too many plays there, and it really bit them there.
Condors now only lead by 1 after the service error from the Coyotes. That was Nicola Pirna.
Now serving for the Condors, number 8.
Coyotes only up by 1 here. This tight third set continues.
That one out of bounds, way out of bounds there. Off of Alex Bowden. His serve. Another 2-point lead here for the Coyotes.
Serving number 8.
La Cite took the first set 25-22, and Conestoga responded with the same number score to win set number 2. We have another tight set number 3 here.
La Cite gets another point here. I bet we see a timeout here taken by the Condors.
Almost one there, good diving play. Sets up Duong, has to tip it over, blocked there. Free ball. Coyotes, LeBlanc gets set up. Great play from Musselman to keep that one alive. Duong. Coyotes have it here. That's gonna be just long. It looked like the official almost called that one in, but just long on that one.
Yeah, Conestoga on the ropes there a few times. It looked like La Cite was going to get a point there a few times, but they just hung in there and managed to get the point. Great play there by the Condors.
Kevin Duong with the good serve, puts it over off the netting, and great block and put over there at the front line from Dylan Arndt.
Yeah, Demers had that one, but deflected right to Bartolo. Just hit the ground there. And all of a sudden, we're tied back up at 19.
Back and forth right now. Dylan Arndt coming up with a point there. This one right off the netting, just kept alive from the Coyotes. And the Condors do the same. Sets up Wesley Lau, and a big block there. Alexi Bordelot coming up with the block and the point for La Cite.
Yeah, I think everyone knew the ball was going to Lau there. That front line there, especially Bartolo onto that one. And Coyotes retake a 1-point lead here.
These next 2 points are going to be huge for both sides here. Sets up Wesley Lau. Back to the Condors, free ball here, sets up there. Off, kicked alive there. So many things happening right now. And the Condors eventually get the point off the big kill there from Ryan Cludd.
Yeah, Conestoga really doing a great job hanging in this one. A few points here. It's looked like they've been on the ropes, but managing to claw their way and just do anything they can to stay alive here.
Even a kick there from the Coyotes, trying to keep that one alive. Anything they can do. We're tied up here at 20.
Yeah, still anyone's set.
Far side. Just have to tip it over. Caterberg. A free ball here for the Coyotes. Duong keeps that one alive. Sets up Wesley Lau, but another free ball back to back. Let's see if the Coyotes can take advantage of it. Big hit there. Just out of bounds there. Just missing that far left side. And the Condors retake their lead 21-20.
Yeah, Conestoga really just taking advantage of a few misplays there by La Cite.
Number 5, Keith.
And a bigger opportunity with serve here. Just trickles over the
man.
net.
Just tipped off that net, and Wesley Lau takes advantage of it, and the Condors lead by 2.
Wesley Lau, 10 kills on the game for him. That's a game high.
Back to serve for the Condors.
And although it seems like they're always looking for him, he still manages to find that way through.
That one into the net there from Keith Hunt.
22-21 now. Both teams
Number 7,
still with their
Michelle
timeouts
LeBlanc.
remaining.
Now serving for the
And
Coyotes.
just going with their players.
Yeah, but this one's going to go down to the wire.
Tipped up there. It's going to fall in on the on the Coyote side, and the Condors lead by 2
Number
and are
1, Ryan Cotton.
2 points away,
Now
Andrew,
serving
from picking
for
up
the
the
Condors.
3rd set victory.
Yeah, and a few times it looked like things weren't going to break the Condors' way, but they're just managing to stay alive in this one, and they're just a few short points away from taking a 2-set-to-1 lead here.
Coyotes.
The Coyotes will take the first time out of this set, because they're going to be looking for answers here.
In the last couple sets here, the Condors have been peaking at the right time, getting these points late in sets that have really allowed them to be successful, picking up that 2nd set victory, pulling away late around this time as well. And so far, it looks like they're going to be able to do the same thing, lead by 2 here and on serve.
Yeah, this set's really been a mirror, kind of a flip side of the 2nd set. A lot back and forth. No team really able to take control until the late stages. Last set it was La Cite. This set's Conestoga, as we get a look at head coach of the Conestoga Condors, Wayne Harris, giving words of encouragement, trying to reinforce the game plan. And if they play things right here, a few more quick plays and it could be theirs. And then David Mann, head coach of the La Cite Coyotes, trying to get his team back into this set. Has looked like a few points they could have really taken control, but just unable to now. And it looks like they'll be down 2-sets-to-1 here pretty soon. Unless they're able to turn things around here pretty quickly.
We'll see if they can do that here. 23-21, Condors lead here. Tied at sets 1-1. Put up, good block there from Bowden. Off the pier, not attempt, gets it back this time over. Good help defense there. Wesley Lau just has to tip it over. Free ball here for the Coyotes. Sets up LeBlanc with a big hit and finds that far left side. That's a huge point for the Coyotes. They absolutely needed that one.
Yeah, definitely what the Coyotes were looking for. Michel LeBlanc coming up huge there with that kill. And only down by 1 here. Both these teams can't afford too many mistakes.
And that was a mistake there from Wesley Lau. We don't see that too often. Unable to handle that one after the timeout from La Cite. They come up with 2 straight points.
Yeah, and how things change. A few moments ago, I was just talking about how Conestoga could wrap this one up, but now it's really anyone's set. Although that error there on the service puts Conestoga back within set point here. A chance to take this one.
Yeah,
go up 2-sets-to-1.
Service error there from Nicolas Pierna gives Conestoga the 1-point lead. And Wesley Lau, their best player, the guy they rely on, chance to take the set here. LeBlanc with the hit, kept alive from Musselman. Great play. Duong just has to chip it over, just over, and it drops in. An unfortunate play there for the Coyotes, but the Condors will take that as Duong just chips it over, trying to get the 3 touches over. It's a miscommunication there from the Coyotes as that one just drops in.
Yeah, that one landing right in front of Alexander Huard. That soft little touch there by Kevin Duong. I don't think any of us expected the set to end on a play like that, but here we are.
And that's definitely tough. You battle the whole set, and that's how it ends right there. That's got to be tough.
Yeah, not an easy pill to swallow there for La Cite, but you got to think this is going to be a little disappointing for them. They come into this one second, coming into this tournament, a 16-4 record, and second in their division. And even though these two teams might be more evenly matched up than on paper, this is going to be considered a pretty big upset from at least the La Cite perspective if they lose this one.
Yeah, that was a tough way to end the third set for La Cite, and the Condors do it on back-to-back sets. Really pull away around the 22-21 mark, and they've done a good job getting the points at the right times and coming up with some clutch points.
We're going to get a look at some of the highlights from that exciting third set. Really went back and forth, and Conestoga not able to take control of that one until the later stages. And even then, it was a little bit in doubt, as it looked like La Cite was ready to claw back into that one. But a nice little finesse play by Kevin Duong, just completely catching La Cite off guard and taking that set by a score of 25-23. If you add up the total points in this one so far, La Cite only down by 2, so these two teams are pretty evenly matched, and this one could still go either way.
La Cite ranked second in that East Division. You mentioned it, 16-3 on the season. For Conestoga, they're a good ball club, but the thing is, they're in a tough West Division. Haven't faced the likes of Fanshawe, Humber, Redeemer, even Niagara as well, who's in the semifinals. Coming up later today, Conestoga in that 5th seed in the East, or the West.
As we mentioned, that Final Four they'll play later tonight, all 4 of them from the West Division, so definitely showing the balance of power is a little unbalanced to the West to East, as a lot of those better teams seem to be in that Western Division, but Conestoga definitely doing a good job here against La Cite. Should be an interesting 4th set.
Conestoga, see a couple of their players there. They defeated Algonquin in the crossover match earlier. Algonquin was 12-7 in that East Division and good for 4th in the West, or in the East, excuse me. The other side, La Cite, they defeated Sheridan 3-0. In their crossover match, Sheridan was 7th in that West Division. That's 7-12 on the season.
Starting server in the 4th set from
Both teams earn their way here.
Number 7, Kevin
Both teams looking to play tomorrow on Saturday. Conestoga 1 set away. La Cite gonna have to send this one to a 5th set to give them a chance to play tomorrow.
Kevin Duong, the man who ended that last set, the first man with the ball here, to start things off in the 4th.
Good rally so far. Big hit. Pierna coming up with a big point for the Coyotes to start this one off. 1-0.
Pierna, one of the
number 12,
big players relied upon on that Coyotes side, getting things started off here, tying Wesley Lau now for 10 kills on the game. That's a game high.
Big hit there. Pierna keeps it alive, but out of the reach there of the diving Garreau. That's Dylan Arndt coming up with a point now. He will serve the tie ball game here, 1-1.
Dylan Arndt's been a pretty important part of that Conestoga front line all game, and he's doing a good job there.
Set up there. It's going into the stands, and close there was Ryan Clunn, close to the stands, and he'll lay up 2-1 lead for the Coyotes here early in this 4th set.
Michael LeBlanc with a chance here.
Duong with the first touch, but puts it right over the net. Pierna, good block there. Clunn was all by himself. And that one falls in for the Coyotes, but Clunn on that last play was all by himself on that block and came up with a nice one. keep it alive for a moment there for the Condors.
Yeah, but it didn't work out there in the end as the ball just landed right beside Duong. Unable to do anything with that one.
Out of the reach there of
Service ace.
Wesley Lau, and a service ace for LeBlanc. He's got a few of those, to say the least, here today.
And La Cite jumping out to a 4-1 lead after a disappointing third set. And you got to think they're pretty determined here to take this fourth set and even things up at 2 sets apiece.
And another service ace for LeBlanc.
Michel LeBlanc.
And really, throughout this game, we've seen a lot of this back and forth, especially early on in the sets. And I think Wayne Harris is in my mind right now, because I was about to say he needs to call a timeout to try to get his team back into it, because if the Coyotes continue this long run, it could be over early here in the fourth set.
Yeah, absolutely. The way that things have been playing here for La Cite, they've just been jumping all over the place, just all over Conestoga. And Condors not really able to put up much of an answer here. So we'll get a look at that last serve. Just a rocket there and deflected right into the 2014-2015 men's basketball national championship banner. And Conestoga probably just searching for answers here, trying to jump into that form that they were in those last 2 sets, really fighting, scrapping La Cite all the way. And La Cite, you got to think that they're loving the way they're playing right now. If they continue like this, they should be able to take that fourth set, but I think Conestoga is going to have an answer here.
Yeah, Wayne Harris there, not saying too much. Give his team a rest, try to get that momentum back on his side. Five-one lead for La Cite here early in this fourth set. Condors lead 2-1. Big hit there off the netting, just kept alive off the shoulder of Clutton. That one, did it get tipped? No call yet.
Point will go to the Coyotes.
All officials looking at each other, and the main official making the call over to the Coyotes, 6-1.
Condor's not happy about the way how that call went down, but point will go to the Coyotes.
First touch there from Muscleman, big hit. LeBlanc just keeps that one alive. Piernat with the tip. Diving players over there on the Condor side, and that breaks the run of LeBlanc on the service line as Wesley Lau comes up with the point.
I think that's what Coach Harris wanted to see coming out of that timeout for the Condors. A lot of good energy shown there. Let's see if they're going to be able to build off that.
Piernat with the big hit. Wow, what a job by the Condors to keep that one alive. Free ball for the Coyotes. Another good play there. Bowden with a big hit, but a big block from Piernat. And the Coyotes are looking good right now here in the fourth set.
Yeah, Piernat doing a great job here all game for the Coyotes. Game high, or close to game high with 10 kills, 3 digs, and has another block to his total there.
Lau with the first touch, kept alive. Coyotes, and it's going to be 2 touches there. Ball handling violation on the Coyotes. 4-point lead right now for La Cite.
Yeah, both these teams just kind of exchanging points coming out of that timeout. Conestoga is going to look to get on the run here.
Put up there, tipped. Off the block, but no, it's just going to go right out of bounds. Point over to Conestoga.
Back to serve for the Condors.
7-4 lead here.
Xavier Demare having a word with the umpire about that call.
Either or, it's a 3-point game. Wesley Lau on the line. Handled there from Piernat. Set up. Ball's going away here. Wesley Lau free ball for the Coyotes. Sets up and brings it down there. Is number 8.
Sebastian Garreau. Nice little finesse play. Just kind of softly tossed that one down into the court.
Now serving.
And reestablishing
For
that
Cite.
4-point lead here for the Cite Coyotes.
They got it early, and they still have it right now. Into the net, that one goes. Alexander Huard unable to get his team
Now
to
serving
that
for
5-point
Consolation
lead.
Semifinal,
It's now
number
3.
13, Eric Caterberg.
Caterberg on the line for the Condors here.
He's been
8-5.
he's been a big factor here this game. Almost a service ace there.
Pirna with the big hit. Lau keeps it alive. Puts it over. Big smart play there from number 12, Xavier Demers with a quick throw down over
Alex
off 2 touches. 9-5.
Yeah, just kind of found that Conestoga defense off guard. Just threw it to a place where no one was. Good job.
Replay almost kept alive. Close to the stanchion there was number 8, Alex Bowden.
Number 6, Nicola.
Says hi to some of the
Back to
Georgian
serve.
fans awaiting their game coming up after this one. 10-5 lead here. That one way long from Pirna. 4-point game now, 10-6, and the Condors have been stuck at this mark for a while now.
Alex Bowden.
Yeah, ever since that Conestoga timeout, they've really responded here well, kind of trading points here, but after a while, Conestoga is going to eventually have to go on a little bit of their own run and try and go for the lead. As Cite retakes a 5-point lead here.
Serving for the
And I think they'll be content
Number
to trade
8,
points here.
Sebastian Dotto.
They have their lead. If they can just keep going back and forth, they'll be in a good position. Condors looking for something different, and they'll get to their man, Wesley Lau, coming up with the point.
Puts
Back
it
to
down.
4-point game.
That's going to be a game-high 12 kills for him on the day. He's just been
Serving for the
on
Condors.
fire here. It seems like he could do no wrong here this afternoon.
Duong with the good serve. Far side to LeBlanc, a big block there.
Dylan
That's from Dylan
Arndt.
Arndt with a big block on LeBlanc.
Yeah, we've seen a few of those here today. So we get another look at that big block by Dylan Arndt.
Kevin Duong back
Right
to
off his
serve.
right arm.
Clun there, number 1, in on the action as well for the Condors. Duong, that's a long serve, and they give the point right back. It's back to a 4-point game here.
Yeah, good amount of power on that ball, but
Serving
just
for
kind of
La
floated it
Cite.
there a little
Number
too
12,
long.
Xavier Damer.
Xavier Demer on the line for La Cite. Lead by 4. Weak serve with the floater. Doesn't work out in his
Wesley
favor as Wesley
Lau.
Lau comes up with the kill.
Puts it down.
And he's just continued to be a big factor
Serving
here.
for the Condors,
13
number
kills on the
17,
game
Dylan
on the game from
Arndt.
here, tied to 7 digs.
LeBlanc with the first touch here. Puts it far side, big hit. Duong with the first touch. Good dig there. Sets up Wesley Lau, and out of the reach there of number 12,
Lau.
Xavier Demer. But what a job from
Dylan
Duong
Arndt
to keep
back
that
to
ball
serve
alive.
for the
Wesley
Condors.
Lau showing once again why he was the OCAA Men's Volleyball Player of the Year. Just continues to extend his lead here with 14 digs on the game.
Duong coming up with some big digs there to keep that ball alive, and a big block there from Eric Caterberg. And just like that, it's a 1-point game. The Condors, you said it, they needed to go on a bit of a run. They're doing it right now.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of great blocks from those mill blockers. Caterberg and Arndt both having great afternoons here.
Set up there, dropped in, and
Alexi
Coyotes end that
Baldulo.
run from the Condors. Back to a 2-point game.
Yeah, just the
Serving
point
for
that
the
the Coyotes
Coyotes,
needed. They need to get that
Michel
run
LeBlanc.
stopped here quick. Let's see what Michel LeBlanc could do here on the service line.
Just long there. LeBlanc was looking for that call, thought it was good.
Not so, though.
13-12 as
Condors next server
Wayne
is number
Harris
1,
looks
Ryan
on for his
Bucket.
Condor squad.
Yeah, it was looking like early on this could have been the Coyote set, but Conestoga doing a good job fighting their way back into this one.
Blanc with a good first touch. Dropped over.
Could be a violation.
Yeah, Wesley Lau's going to get charged for it. So the Coyotes regain a 2-point lead here.
Coyotes next server, number 5.
Right now, it's anybody's set. It's just past the halfway point. Sets up Lau. Put right back over to the Condor side. Lau again. This time it's good. Wesley Lau.
15 now. Big 15 kills on the day for him. He's just been on fire all over the court for the Condors this afternoon, and with a big chance to serve here now.
Serving for the Condors.
23 service aces coming into this game for him.
Set up there. That's right out of the reach of the diving Wesley Lau. Just like that, it's back to a 2-point game for La Cite.
Let's see what Alexander Huard could do here with serve.
First touch there from Musselman. Sets up Duong on the far side. Just has to tip it over. Not the greatest setup, but it works out for the Condors, who are down by 1.
Duong doing such a good job getting those long arms of him over and just kind of softly putting that ball down there for his 8th kill of the game.
Number 13, serving for the Condors, Eric Caterberg.
Eric Caterberg now at the line here. His team down by 1. They were down by 5 and 6 at one point. Far side, that's going to be out, and just like that, the Condors erased that early lead from La Cite. David Mann looking for some answers here. His team has lost their lead and facing elimination right now.
Yeah, you got to think here, Kyle, that if Condors get a few more points here, maybe even just one more, I could see a timeout here, but that ball goes right into the net. Not necessary as of now. And La Cite taking back that 1-point lead here. So they can't be as comfortable as they were here before with Nicolas Pernat going to the service line.
First touch there from Musselman. Sets up Duong. That's long, and the Coyotes get their 2-point lead right back here. They want to force that 5th set.
Couple errors there, back-to-back errors by the Conestoga Condors, leading back to that La Cite 2-point lead.
Duong, far side. The big hit there from Alex Bowden off the block and out of bounds.
Serving for the Condors next is number 8, Alex Bowden.
Alex Bowden will get ready to serve here. They play their cards right. They could be tied up here in the 4th.
First touch there from Garreau. That was high.
Yeah, it looked like that might have been going long.
Almost could have been, but it's playing right now. Off the block and back in. A miss hit there from Caterberg, or excuse me, Dylan Arndt. And the Coyotes lead by 2 here, 18-16.
Sebastian Garreau getting ready to go onto the service line. 7 service aces on the year coming into this one.
Not the greatest first touch, but it goes over. Condors now. Wesley Lau comes out of nowhere and slams that down. Wesley Lau.
Big 16 kills for him so far in this one.
Serving for the Condors, number 7.
5 ahead of the next best in this one. Let's see what Duong can do here.
Duong's serve is good, and the throw down there from LeBlanc is good.
That's going to be his 10th kill of the game.
Coyotes extend their lead. It's back to 2 here.
Number 12, Xavier Damel.
Kept alive here. Big hit, that's over. Coyotes now looking for an answer. Not the greatest setup off the block. And in LeBlanc comes up with the point. He's been good so far in this set. He's coming up with some big points. And
Timeout.
we're going to get a timeout
Condors.
here from the Condors.
Yeah, Cite, they're establishing themselves early in this set. Let things kind of slip away from them a little bit. Conestoga tied it up here for a while and had a little bit of the lead, but Cite doing really well here in these later stages, reestablishing that 3-point lead, and with just 5 points left to go here until they take this set. Things are looking up for them right now. A well-taken timeout here by head coach of the Condors, Wayne Harris. And they're just looking for answers here, as they definitely don't want to extend this game into a fifth final and deciding set.
You said it, they don't want to see that fifth set. For Cite, they need this fifth set to come for them to have a chance to move on and play tomorrow. Here in the Consolation Semifinals, the next Consolation Semifinals will come right after this one, 30 minutes prior. That will be versus the Georgian Grizzlies and the Mohawk Mountaineers.
You gotta look at Michel LeBlanc there, having a great game here so far. 5 digs and 11 kills on the game.
Serving, Xavier Damer.
Xavier Damer is getting a chance to serve here.
Oh, just a little bit of a miss hit there from Musselman. Tough break coming out of that timeout for Conestoga. They're down by 4.
Yeah, not the play you want from your libero coming out of a big timeout. 4 points down, and now Cite just 4 points away from taking this and tying this up at 2 sets apiece.
Better touch there. Sets up Lau and brings it down. Wesley Lau going up strong. 3-point game.
And Wesley Lau, sometimes you just got to think that it's just so unfair with him on the other team, as just was able to get so much air and just put that ball down with
Serving for the Condors, number 3.
not even that much power, but just getting it where he needed it to go.
Puts the ball in a perfect spot. Merkel with the serve over. Sets up, it's tipped, and out of the reach of the diving Merkel, or excuse me, Duong. Just like that, the Coyotes 3 points away from bringing this to a 5th and final set.
Yeah, this one, I called it early on, could be going the distance, and Cite, a few more points is all they need. Almost into the rafters there.
That just kept alive there. It's going to be a free ball here for the Coyotes. Big hit there. That's Alexander Huard with a big point. And the Coyotes are 2 points away from bringing this to a 5th set.
Yeah, just about there. Michel LeBlanc back on the line, and Conestoga out of timeout, so they just got to play it out here.
Tipped over. Coyotes set up LeBlanc. That's off the netting. They get it right back. That one out of the reach of the diving
Keon Merkel.
Condor. Yeah, Keon Merkel there. Diving across, but couldn't come up with the ball. After a couple big hits there from LeBlanc. Eventually the Coyotes get the point. Now they have set point. Just out of the reach there. He's going for that ace, and might as well. Your team's up big right now. You could sacrifice a long service there.
Yeah, you're up by 5 here with just 1 point left to go until you take this set. And Conestoga's got to play this one perfect here to salvage this 4th set.
Tipped over Pirna.
That's
the
it.
Game-winning set point there for Alex Pirna.
The Coyotes take the 4th
That will set up
25,
the 5th and
19.
final set here. The race to 15 now, and that could really go either way here. Should be an interesting one.
25-19 win. And the Condors, after battling to get back in the set, they did just that, but eventually the Coyotes pulled away late in that 4th set. So the Coyotes tie this one up at 2. And we were expecting a 4 or 5 setter. Well, Andrew, we got it. A fifth setter, the second one of the provincial championship. The first one coming last night versus Georgian and Niagara. Niagara taking that one. We'll see how these teams face off here in this 5-setter.
That shot there to win that set. Shot right into the corner. Great shot there to win that one. As we take a look at the stats on the board, a lot of great performances we've seen here tonight. Wesley Lau, 7 digs, 17 kills. That's a game high. And on the other side, you have to be impressed with LeBlanc and Pernat both living up to their billing. LeBlanc, 5 digs, 11 kills, and then Pernat, 3 digs, 12 kills. And Alexander Huard coming up big too for the Coyotes. 12 kills, 6 digs.
Of course, stay tuned for after the game. We have player of the game and the interview coming with Danielle Dupuis on the sideline with the winning team's player of the game. Get a good look at the 4th set highlights. Some strong hitting, some great defensive plays as well throughout that set.
Yeah, Cite taking control of that one early, although it was in doubt there for a while as it looked like Conestoga was going to claw their way back into that one. But Cite finishing up that set strong, much like how they won that first set, although this was a lot more of a dominant set, as you can see, taking that one by a score 25-19 as opposed to taking it 25-22 like the first set.
Well, this 5th set, of course, is only up to 15. So it's going to be an early lead that will pretty much seal the deal if one team can go off to a solid run early, especially in the first 5 points. Could lead to the demise of the other squad.
Yeah, should be an interesting one. If it does end up being like that second set where it's a lot back and forth, remember the team has to win by 2 points, so could be a long one. It could be a long 5th set. We'll see how things play out here as both these teams are just about ready to go as they come back onto the court.
A reminder that the losing team will be done here at the OCAA Provincial Championship. The winner will move on to the OCAA Consolation Final coming up tomorrow afternoon. And the winner of that will play, the winner of this game will play the winner of Mohawk and Georgian. Here we go, 5th set, just about to be underway.
First server in this set 5 action is number 12, Xavier Damer.
Damer on the line for Cite. Here we go, the 5th set. Tipped over, battle at the net. And the point awarded to the Condors.
And that was Ryan Clutton right there at the net.
For the Condors,
there to tip that over.
Dylan Arndt.
Showing why he was named to that OCAA West Second All-Star team with an impressive play there.
Dylan Arndt with the serve. Not the best play there. And the Condors. Wow. Oh no, it's going to be a net violation there. Looked like that was going to be right to the Condors. Coyotes catch a break.
Yeah, big break there as looked like Wesley Lau got another kill, but I guess he just touched the net there.
Yeah, tough break there for the Condors. 1-1 or 1-1 game right now, making that 2-1.
Yeah, Michel LeBlanc just sent that serve sailing past the court.
Serving for the Condors, number 1.
Break there for the Condors.
Clutton.
Condors lead here 2-1. Here in this 5th and final set. First touch goes right over. Wesley Lau's going to take advantage of that one. No net violation there. 3-1 lead.
Yeah, big kill for him there.
Ryan Clutton back to serve.
Clutton at the line. Serve is over. Sets up hard and a big block there. Wesley Lau coming up big for the Condors.
OCAA
Ryan Clutton
Men's Volleyball Player of the Year. Showing why he's deserving that title once again.
He's been so good in this one, Andrew.
Yeah, with a massive block there, and he's just been all over the place.
It's been fantastic as that one's way far from Clutton. But Wesley Lau, have to think, got to be player of the game for the Condors for sure, no matter the outcome.
For the Coyotes.
Yeah, can't beat that 19 kills. Next closest is 12 with Pernat and Huard on the other side, but nowhere near as much as Lau's been getting.
Coyotes now get the ball. Set up, big block at the net. Wesley Lau in on the action. I think Caterberg, excuse me, is going to get credit for that one.
Now serving, number 2, Wesley.
And Wesley Lau now with the chance at serve.
And we talked about this early run here in the 5th and final set. It's only up to 15, so these early runs are going to be huge. And right now the Condors have one of their own. Could have been a chance for a 4-point game, but La Cite stays alive. It's a 2-point game.
Serving for the
Yeah,
Coyotes,
still could be anyone's
number 10,
set here.
Alex Huard.
Condors up by 2 now, but La Cite hanging around here, and they got served, so they could be right back in this one.
Huard at the line. That one, they just give it right back there.
Eric Caterberg.
6'3", Eric Caterberg.
Serving for the Condors.
Serving now for the Condors. Have a pretty decent lead right now. That one over. Tipped over, the dive, a couple players diving across, just missing each other. There was Lau and Cludden
Number 6.
on the
Nicola
Condor side, and
Capnon.
a big point for the Coyotes. They definitely can't go down by 4.
Nicholas Pernat on the service line. 43 service aces coming into this one.
That one, another service error. Back to back for La Cite. Not what they were looking for.
Serving number 8.
They're 5th in the
Alex
league when it comes to
Bowden.
service errors, and right now it's costing them so far.
They got a lot of aces and a lot of errors. Got to play kind of that dangerous game. Got to ride that line.
LeBlanc with the miss hit.
Ryan.
Off the block and out of bounds. Condors thought it was their point. It goes to the Coyotes. We'll get another look at this one.
Serving for the Coyotes.
Right off the
number
block,
8,
just out of bounds
Sebastian
there. It's tough to see from our
Gatto.
angle, but
Yeah,
had to
tough,
be just out of bounds.
tough break there for the Condors, for sure.
7-5 here. Last 2 services here have been aired. That one goes over. Duong gets set up. He's been
Kevin
quiet
Duong.
last couple sets, but he wakes up here with a big kill.
Timeout taken here by the Coyotes.
Yeah. David Mann not going to take any chance. Oh, no, it's just going to be a switch here.
Switch up here.
Halfway. So they'll switch sides here. 8-5 lead after a big hit there from Duong.
Still anyone's set here, though. Conestoga only up here by 3. Although they are just over halfway to taking this one.
Yeah, this is the 5th and final set.
Serving for the Condors, number 7.
Only up to
Kevin
15, of
Duong.
course, and it's 8-5 for the Condors. Duong on the line. We're set to go here. The officials give the word. Duong. That one going right over. Free ball here for the Condors. They get it back, but miscommunication. Coyotes have a chance here. LeBlanc gets set up. A big block. Couple touches to try to keep it
Dylan
alive.
Arndt.
But Dylan Arndt coming up with a point. And a timeout here
Timeout.
from David Mann
Coyotes.
and the Coyote squad.
We got a little look at that play. Mikael Garreau is in great place, the libero, to make a play on that one, but just unprepared for that as it came to him a little sooner than he expected. And Conestoga just 6 points away from taking this match. They've been doing a great job. They've been really fighting all match. It looked like a few times that La Cite was going to take this one, but Conestoga hanging in there, and they played things right here in these next few plays. It could be their match. We'll see.
Yeah, these next 2 points are going to be huge, of course. If Conestoga can pick up these next 2 points, it pretty much seals the deal, but for La Cite, they need these next 2 points to try to stay in there. They won't be on serve. They'll get the ball, but that last service from Conestoga, the first touch was not good. Went right back to Conestoga. Eventually, they picked up the point, so those first touches definitely have to be key for La Cite.
Yeah, definitely very important for them if they want to get back into this one. And they're going to have to go on some kind of run
Kevin
here just to
Duong. Back to serve
get
for
back
the
into this
Condors.
one.
Here we go. That's in play. And that first touch once again costing La Cite.
Ryan Clutton.
We just mentioned it. Now that first touch is going to be key, and misplay there. 5-point lead.
And La Cite is officially in trouble
Kevin
here now.
Duong back to serve.
Not much room for error here on the La Cite side.
Duong with a good serve. Sets up LeBlanc. Kept alive here. Sets up Lau. Coyotes with a hit. It's tipped. Still alive here. Musterman with the first touch. Sets up Lau on the far side. Off the tip and out.
Lau.
Wesley Lau gives the Condors a 6-point lead.
And that's 20 kills on the game
Number
for him
7,
now.
Kevin Duong back to serve.
And
for
I think
the
no matter the
Condors.
outcome of this one, he's locked up player of the game honors for Conestoga at least.
Mentioned the last 2 points before that timeout. Condors get both. Oh, that could seal it, but a service error there from Duong.
Serving for the Coyotes.
Yeah, La Cite
number
has to play
12,
this one pretty
Xavier
close to perfect
Damel.
now. Having to go on a 9-4 run at least.
It's going to be tough for sure. It's not over yet. Sets up. Big hit there. That's going to be. Can't see that. Looks like it's going to be Dylan Arndt coming up with the big kill and the point.
Now serving for Conestoga.
And they're
number
doubling up
17,
the Coyotes here
Dylan
now, 12-6.
Arndt.
Just 3 points away from taking this match and moving on to the Consolation Final here tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
Dylan Arndt with the serve. Sets up far side, out of the reach there of Wesley Lau off the tip. That's going to be the point awarded to Alexander Huard.
Serving for the Coyotes.
Michel
number
LeBlanc.
7, Michel LeBlanc.
We've seen him go on a couple service runs here with a few aces. He needs to do that right now.
Yeah, his team needs him big here now.
Sets up Lau with the big hit and a big block there.
This one's not over yet.
Bordelot in on the action there.
Michel LeBlanc back to serve for the Coyotes.
Coyotes, you said it, it's not over yet, 12-8. But again, they'll need LeBlanc to go on a bit of a run here. And that's not going to help for sure. Into the netting. That could seal the fate for the Coyotes here, who are down by 5.
Yeah, you can see right in front of us the libero for Conestoga. Daniel Musselman kind of breathed a
Serving
sigh of
for the
relief there when that
Number 1,
serve went into the
Ryan
net, not
Clutton.
wanting to have to deal with the power of LeBlanc on those serves.
LeBlanc with the first touch here. Far side over. Kept alive. Sets up Wesley Lau with the big hit. This guy is just unbelievable. Wesley Lau with another huge kill. Count it, number 22 for OCAA Player of the Year.
Timeout.
Coyotes are going to call their
Coyotes.
second and final timeout of this match. And that could be it. They really have to play the perfect game here now, having to go on, I believe, a 6-0 run here just to tie things back up. Conestoga looks like with just one more point, they could be on their way to the Consolation Final tomorrow. Here at 1 o'clock, they'll be aired here on the Hawk Sports Network, where they will face the winner of the Georgian Mohawk game coming up here next.
And stick around for, after this game, Danielle Dupuis will interview the winning team's player of the game, and we're expecting, if Conestoga can hang on to their lead, that it's going to be Wesley Lau having that interview. He's been absolutely outstanding so far in this game. And if he can, or if his team can hold on to this lead and get one more point, he will know for sure be player of the game. He didn't get it in that first game for Conestoga. That was awarded to Kevin Duong of the Condors.
Yeah, very impressive game here yesterday, and not the
Serving
greatest
for the
start for him here
Condors,
today, but
number
has really
1,
come into his own in the
Ryan Clutton.
later stages of this one, helping to lead Conestoga here.
So here we go. Match point for the Condors. LeBlanc handles that one. And the lift there, 2 touches, or
It's a net violation.
net violation. Either or, it's going to be
to the
Coyotes.
Condors.
Point.
Serving for the Coyotes.
Or
number 5,
Bordelot.
Alexis Baudulo.
On the line here, 5-point game in this thriller of a matchup here on day 2. It's over. Sets up far side, Wesley Lau.
That's
and
it.
Wesley
And the Condors
Lau.
defeat La Cite Coyotes in a 5-set thriller. 15-19 in that 5th set, but what a matchup we just saw here on day 2.
Yeah, and a perfect ending to this one, as who else does this one end off but the hand of Wesley Lau. Just a monster game for him here today. 7 digs, 22 kills on the game here for this one, and unquestionably the MVP here for Conestoga in this one.
What a game from Wesley Lau, and Conestoga stuck around. They lost that 4th set. Stayed with it, stayed with their game plan, and picked up that 5th set pretty smoothly. They played really well, especially early on in that 5th set. They played well and stuck with their game plan and defeated a tough La Cite squad who also played very well this evening, or this afternoon rather.
Yeah, it looked like a few times in this one, La Cite was really going to take control of this one, but unable to. And for their player of the game, I got to say, it's got to go to Alexander Huard. 6 digs and 13 kills on the day for him in this one, but not enough could be said about the play of Wesley Lau here this afternoon, as we had a look at that last kill, just a rocket there launched to the center of the court
And the
then
game winner.
into the crowd. Unbelievable play there by Wesley Lau.
His team will be playing tomorrow in the first game of the day in the Consolation Final. I was going to see who are the player of the games here.
The Player of the Game awards. Presenting the awards will be Humber College Athletic Director and OCAA President Ray Chateau. First, your player of the game
Handing it out.
from the La Cite Coyotes, number 10, Alex Huard.
You called it. Alex Huard picking up.
Congratulations, Alex.
Great performance by him here today.
And your player of the game from the Conestoga Condors, number 2, Wesley Lau. Congratulations, Wesley.
Wesley Lau picking up.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Make sure you stick around in 30 minutes where the Mohawk
Wesley Lau, we're going to send him over to Danielle Dupuis in a few moments from now.
He gets his player of the game interview. Both player of the games receiving some nice gifts here.
It's a great game from both sides. Day 1, or day 2, excuse me, game 1 of there as Wesley Lau, number 2, picking up player of the game with 22 kills. Just an absolutely outstanding performance by him and his squad. They'll be playing tomorrow, the Consolation Final, as he's just heading over to Danielle on the sidelines. It's an outstanding game. And now we're going to send it over to Danielle Dupuis with player of the game, Wesley Lau.
Thanks, guys. And I'm here at the sideline with Wesley Lau, player of the game. Outstanding performance, 5 sets. It was definitely a tough one out there. We have to ask, what did the team do well?
Well, we passed really well. They had some tough servers today. As you can see, we had 4 passers at some times because they were really tough, but we adjusted well. They had really good swings, but took it in the end. So.
And then going into the final consolation round tomorrow, anything to improve on?
Well, we're going to watch a lot of video. We've played Georgian and Mohawk before, so I think we know what to expect. We'll keep our game plan.
And good luck to you in the final match.
Thank you.
And back to you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Danielle and Wesley. The Condors take this one 3-2 in sets. And we'll be back for game 2 of the consolation match between the Georgia Grizzlies and the Mohawk Mountaineers. I'm Kyle Dalton, and for Daniel Dupuis and Andrew Milani, we'll be back. Thanks for watching.